Alright y'all, so today we're going to be swapping the engine on this Simplicity mower. Last winter we had upgraded it to the Predator 670, and due to some issues we had with it, the piston rings went bad. So we ended up just getting a new engine. So it's the same thing, Predator 670, and today we're going to be swapping it out. So stay tuned and we'll show you how to swap out the engine. Okay, so we're going to start with removing the exhaust pipe and the lower paneling around the engine. Then we should be able to get to the mounting bolts down there in the bottom and take it off. Alright, so the next step on removing the motor would be to get these belts off of the front, which will require to take the spring off of the tensioner pulley. What I did was just take a little pry bar and pried it off of the bolt. You could back out the bolt, but that could potentially be a little dangerous if you're not really careful. So probably the best thing would be just to use a pliers or a flat bar or something to pry the spring off, and then you should be able to remove the belts fairly easily. And then we're going to go on to take the bolts out of the mounting plate here. Our next step is to remove the front clutch that engages the mower deck. So there's 4 bolts. I done took them out, but they go into them holes. It's pretty straightforward. Just 4 bolts, 2 bottom, 2 in the top. Back those out, and then there's also a bolt with a heavy washer on it that goes into the crankshaft. Sits right on top of there, just like that. So you have to take that one off. I recommend you take that off first, and then back out the 4 bolts that hold the clutch plate on. And then you're just gonna slide this out. Just like so. Okay, so next we're gonna be disconnecting our wiring. So we got our charge wire coming from the regulator rectifier up to your battery. And then you got your carburetor wire, which is the yellow one, and your ground is the green one. You got them taped together to several different grounds. I'll be taking that apart. And then your main cutoff switch, you have 2 of them. It doesn't really matter on this case which one goes to the cutoff switch coming from your ignition, but you're going to want to disconnect that. And then also, obviously, the yellow one for your carburetor. You're going to want to disconnect that. Just make sure you remember where everything goes, so when you put the new engine back on, you'll have everything right. Alright, so got the engine off, and once you get the mounting bracket all loose, you can pull the engine up a bit. There's 4 bolts holding this drive shaft on, but you're gonna have to remove this plastic guard so you can get to the 4 bolts, or 3 bolts actually, that go in there. Just take those out and you're free to take your engine out. So let's get the new one on. Alright y'all, so that's gonna wrap it up for how to swap a motor on a Simplicity 20 GTH. Got the old one sitting in there, the new one under the hood. Had to trim back the metal piece a little bit to make the exhaust so it don't hit. It'll close just fine now. Thanks for watching, and if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see similar content, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my new videos.